and welcome. My name is Michelle. I am your emotional resilience coach, and it is great to have you here today. What I like to do is I like to empower you. I help you no longer be a victim in your own life. If you have been in or come from a dysfunctional or abusive relationship, chances are you don't have your own back. Chances are you need to learn to take your power back and own your story and stand in your truth. And I like to give you those tools. So today, again, I am chatting to specifically my codependents / fawns, because that is what I am and I know it really, really well. And these are tools and skills that I have learned to no longer be a victim in my own life. So today we're going to be chatting about what it means to be a fixer and why we do it and how we can stop that. So what often happens is that we get our self-worth, our validation, our value. We don't understand necessarily that it is absolute. That could be a journey. And what we like to do is we like to go into situations, into scenarios, and we want to fix. We want to be everybody's fairy godmother. We want to wave our wand and fix everybody and make everybody right. And there are many reasons why we do this. One of those reasons why we do this is, as I said, we get our sense of worth from this. We feel that we are making a difference, that we are contributing somehow, and that we are here to take the burden off other people and to just make everything happy. Another reason why we do this is normally because we are trying to save somebody. So what that means is that if we're trying to save ourselves, this would be a pain or a situation or scenario in which we resonate with very deeply. Maybe we experienced it ourselves. Maybe this was a trial that we went through. Maybe this was something that we witnessed and felt very deeply about. And we go into the situation saying, I can fix. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what you're going through. Tell me what was done, what wasn't done. Let me help you. Talk to me, right? These are things we say. If you don't talk to me, I can't help you. Let me in so that I can help you and make that difference. And we have this really strong need to do this, to just fix and make everything all right. The other reason why we might be doing this is perhaps this is something we witnessed as a child in a caregiver. I know this all too well, of this need to want to make right. If I meet somebody who resembles a caregiver I had in my life, I very subconsciously get very embroiled and I want to know everything so that I can fix, so that I can wave my magic wand and make it all right. And what happens is that we enter territory where we're actually not wanted. We say things that is not wanted. We put pressure where it's not wanted. And we tend to be very unfair in the way we approach certain relationships. We feel shut out and we take offense if you're not going to let me help, you're not going to talk to me, then we shut off and we step back, and it's not our place. It's not our place to fix, it's not our place to solve, it's not actually where our worth sits. Our worth and our value is absolute. And the other dangerous thing about doing this is that, and I am not saying that people do this intentionally, but we never know the full story. All right, one of the first things I was taught when I worked for Lifeline long ago is that you want to just mirror back and listen and just be compassionate and be kind and mirror back, mirror back, mirror back. You don't want to give advice. And the reason is because there's always going to be part of the story we are not going to know and we are not going to understand. There are going to be facts that we're not going to hear. There are going to be situations that, again, it's not intentional on their part necessarily when they're telling you the story. They just might not be thinking about it at the moment. It might not be a big deal in that moment. It might not be something that they might even be cognitive of while they're talking to you. You know, we have, just to take a normal life, you will have an experience and you will share it with somebody And there will be things that you leave out because you don't remember. And then you'll share that experience again with somebody else, and you might have different things in the story and things that you leave out again. And this is because of something called interpretive memory. And what interpretive memory is how we are processing that event at that time. So we will remember something, and it will be very heavily swayed by our hormones, our emotions, our thoughts. Are we focused? Are we not focused on? What part of the story are we focused on? What part of the story is maybe triggering for us today that maybe wasn't triggering for us yesterday? There will be so many variables. And what helped me take a step back and no longer feel like I need to save everybody and I no longer need to fix everybody is the fact that we all need to have the journeys that we have. What if things aren't going wrong? What if what's happening in our lives or other people's lives is something that they need to experience for their own growth? Is something that they need to go through because there's a lesson that they need to learn, or there's a refinement that they need to go through, or there is something that they need to experience so that they can be the best version of themselves, so they can get the lesson that they need. Now, I am not saying that we're going to be cold and cruel and unkind and cut off from people, because that's another extreme we tend to go to, as I said earlier. But what we can do is we can listen, and we can show empathy, and we can show compassion and kindness. And if asked, we can give our thoughts, but only in the area we're asked. And again, this can be so tricky because when we start, we just want to keep going and we just want to solve everything. And we just want to sit down and say, this is what we're going to do, and this is how you say it, and this is how you do it. And then we start asking probing questions, and just don't do that. All right, we're actually not wanted in those areas. Stay in the area in which the person wants you to be, and that is enough information that they give you. All right? And what this does and how this makes you feel more empowered is that you have a good boundary that you form between the two of you. You're showing them love and compassion, and you're showing love and compassion for yourself too. Because often what happens is that when we overextend ourselves, we give more than we actually have. And we try to do more and we try to fix. And then when it is not taken in the light and manner in which we think it should, or when our advice is not followed through, or whenever these things happen, what we're saving ourselves from is resentment, because we then feel resentment towards the person instead of love and compassion. And we get frustrated and we get angry. And when we get frustrated and we get angry, we're giving our power away. And so it allows us to stay in a place where we can love them and we can love ourselves, and we can still feel empowered, we can still show compassion, we can still show kindness, but we're not overstepping any boundaries. We're not going into places where we are not actually wanted. And when we're not wanted there, and part of the reason why we have resentment is because we feel hurt. We feel like, I just want to help. Can't you just see that my intention is to just save you from whatever we feel we need to save them from? And I know that drive. I know that need. I experienced that often as a child, where I felt that I needed to save a caregiver. Like, if you would just listen as I got older, if you would just do it like this, if you would just listen to me, or perhaps within you, if somebody had come and done this for me, if somebody had come and given me this advice, if somebody had come and whatever, fill in that blank for yourself, what you felt that you needed. It happened exactly the way it happened for a reason. They're having their experiences for a reason. There is a journey, there is a lesson, there is something that they need to experience for themselves that we can't actually take for them. We can't carry that for them. We can't fix it for them. We can love them. We can listen to them. We can encourage them. We can be supportive of them. We can just be an ear that listens. But we're not here to save anybody. We're not here to fix anybody. We're not here to just wave our magic wand and make it all go away and make everything right. Ask yourself the question, what if they're having the exact experience they need to for their journey? What if what they're experiencing is hard and it's difficult to even witness, but this is something they need to go through. This is something they have to experience, and I can love them through it instead of get upset and resentful and over emotional because nobody listens to us. That way we keep respect for them, for us, and we keep those boundaries intact. Thank you so very much for listening to me, and as always, please do like, hit the notifications button, share, and as always, I love to hear from you. Have a most fantastic day.